Okay, and we're back with another hour of Teenage Exocolonist. So in the last stream, like we are on our second run, and the last stream that we managed to like save Uncle Tonin, because Uncle Tonin, he basically got mauled by a manticore, okay, and we meant to save him, and now like even the fact that we saved him, he's no longer the chief surveyor because he felt like, you know, if he dies, then Tammy will be left alone. So that's very, you know, he realized that, and and he's not in the best shape. So he decided, okay, fine, it's time for me to step down and pass to Utopia. So in a sense, that works as well. Okay, and then we also met to see Professor Hell. Okay, Professor Hell, in a sense, he's still the teacher. Okay, not much change about that, but I can guarantee that it improves Congruence's mood because in the first run, okay, that you know we didn't know that it's gonna happen, okay, and thing is that you can't save Professor Hell unless you saw that he died, okay. So with that, we meant to save Professor, knowing that he's there, so the option is open to us, okay, and we meant to save him. Now, so we're age 13, and the next year is where the nightmare's gonna happen, where a lot of bad things gonna happen. So our parents are gonna die because of it. But we can save them. Okay. So what we're gonna do now is that we're already at max. We're super stressed out, 100/100. So we need to rest. I think it's best if we rest at the walls. Okay, you heard Security Chief Red is on the lookout for lookouts. That is for children to chill out on top of the walls all afternoon and count Xenos. Sounds way better than going to class. He gives you a once over eyes narrowed. Alright, he says. Look over there. At the other field, what does the sign say? Read it out loud. You can read the sign easily. It says, if you can read this, your eyesight is 20/20. Huh. A weird sign. What does that mean? Pass. Right? Red rods in approval. Good, you pass. Come back next month and I'll put you on the roster. Roster. Okay. Now, what I want to do is that I want to get some empathy, but there's a better way to do that, which is by like basically going and unlocking the Xeno lab. Okay, so we're gonna go for biology for a while. Life sciences. We're gonna go for life sciences. We're gonna learn biology. You see a notice on the engineering holoweb. Professor Hell is looking for someone to help with the after-school tutoring. You should know the basics and be a quick study for the rest. Please apply. We don't have enough reasoning yet, but another thing for not applying for tutoring is because it's not gonna improve anybody's relationship because Nomi Nomi will be Nomi Nomi would like when Nomi Nomi comes, then only we'll start doing this. Okay, so let's focus. Studying life sciences. Okay, so let's see. 2, 2, 2, 3, 5. Okay, kudos is equal. What if I take this out? 23. Okay. How about if I do this? 28. What is this? It's not that useful. Oh well. Try to get super gold, because if you get super gold, you're gonna get another +1. You're getting older. It's that magical time in life. You're full of discoveries and possibilities. when children become adults and their body change in weird, wonderful, and often embarrassing ways. When you were younger, congruence gave your class a frank presentation and preparing for the changes of your body for experience in the next few years. Which part of the presentation was relevant to you? Yeah. Okay, so this part here we've went through the first time, and we're just gonna skip it, okay? Like, I wanna skip the one that we've gone through. Hormone. Hormones. Teenage hormones that make you more rebellious. Wait. Okay, I can't give them any presents. Let's check if there's anything. Guess not. Oh well. Let's go. Life sciences. Dissect that cute little bug. Dissection. Biology challenge. Okay, next round. This? Oh, value is wild, so in other words, like, I can combo. Oh, this is good. Okay. Nice. Push through. A little bit of stress. This one biology. You carefully section your sugar bug into 6 discrete organs. You take photo of your hollow pump and carefully fill in the labels for all the parts. That's pretty good. Thanks, Tess, peeking at your work. These things are slipperier than I was expecting. Parts of mine are still moving. Great job, class. Now we're gonna have to leave them overnight, said Professor Hell. The next morning, your class is in a surprise. The sugar bugs are alive again, and there are more of them. Your teacher explained that their DNA is so malleable that almost any part of the sugar bug can turn to other part if it needs to. The resulting sugar bugs are smaller but will eventually grow into full-size ones. But terminal biology is weird. Late pollen, early dust. Tang is looking lab, taking notes on a vibrant but tubular specimen. Chief Engineer Instance has allowed me a great deal of intellectual freedom, she says. She does not see my age as an impediment to my contribution. In fact, she celebrates my youth. She says that is the old who should look to the young for guidance, as we are unburdened by tradition. Tang allows herself a rare smile. In some ways, she is the mother I've always wanted, she adds quietly. My own mother was burdened by many things. Like, okay, we've learned this in class. Like, there's a, like they say, like, basically, like they have IVF, in vitro fertilization. Like they take, you know, sperm cells and, you know, egg cells from from the people, and then later they mix and match with them. So like it's not necessary that the mother is actually like the owner of that egg cell, most probably. Okay, although in most instances it possibly is. Okay, and I think like she's from, you know, their egg cells from instance, most probably, or maybe from grandfather. Like they may share the same, you know, family line. Maybe like the grandfather have the same. She may share the same family tree with instance. So I'm trying to point out. Okay. So that's why like I think Instance herself knew that that she is, in a sense, from shared the genetic makeup from her. So I'm trying to point out something for you. Give her. What's this? This. Okay, there. Okay. Okay. Okay, one more and we can go for biology. Okay, life sciences. You should have known better, Tangent. You hear as you walk past the laboratory. Curious, you listen to the door. Chief Engineer instant sighs, I know you meant well, but your presumption has cost us 3 months of work. You can't simply look at an experiment and change the parameters to your liking. Getting results is not the same as doing good science. Your findings, however, scientifically interesting, are useless to us without solid methodological underpinning. Tang's response is more subdued than you ever heard her before. I'm sorry, Chief Engineer, she mumbles. Looking down at the floor, I recognize the error of my ways. I should hope so, Instance replies, pinching the bridge of her nose in her fingers. I'll expect you in the lab first thing in tomorrow morning, and I'll personally supervise your work in resetting the experiment. You flatten against the wall as Instance breezes past you, barely giving you a second look as she strides down the hallway. You poke your head inside the laboratory, where Tang scowls and wipes her eye. What do you want? Cheer up, it could be worse. It's true. I could have lost 4 months of work, Tang says wryly. That's the spirit. Losing the data was my fault, Tang continues. I wanted to prove that I'm not the kid from biology class. That I'm ready to work hard and really make great discoveries. Dr. Instance has always been there for me, when I was a kid and now, and with my mother gone, she's the only adult in this colony who sees that what I could become. She says, she believes I can be better than what I am. It's always been that way. I just really want to impress her. You will. Tam hung the agreement. I certainly hope so. Let's see. 29. Go. It's Batumnalia, time for speeches, games, and feasting. Most of this is the same. You try to sneak some food for speeches, but Chief Engineer instantly catches you and smacks your hands away. Your mom gets really mad at her, and it causes a huge yelling match. Your dad directs you away from the table as Instance blames your mom for the way things are right now. Whatever that means. This is probably like they don't have enough food. Her dad passes you a soy sweet to keep your tummy busy during the speeches. He's the best. Governor Udicut takes the stage. Okay, this part, it's the same. Your mom steps forward. Before we get to the feast, I'd like to thank our cultivators for their hard work this year, she says. As you know, we lost our hydroponics and microbial soil during the wormhole accident. It has been difficult to grow anything in bituminous soil without them, so our output isn't where it should be. I'm sorry. A ripple of concern murmurs through the crowd, and your mom continues. We're doing our best in geoponics, and I'm proud of each and every member of my team. Hopefully, next harvest will be better. Your good weedy voice rattles through the maxophoner. Thank you, everyone. Let's get on with the game. The crowd packs away the chairs as the children gather in the square. Which competition do you participate this year? Of course we're gonna go for science fair. Okay, Tanya's science fair project is monstrously complicated. She gives a 20-minute speech about cell division in a few different bituminous species that goes not just over your head, but the head of everyone in the crowd. What is she even doing locked up in the lab all day? Instance is intrigued. She asks Tang a series of questions, soon honing in on something Tang overlooked. Tang is so upset with herself she can barely finish answering. Tammy is also competing this year. She charms the judges by showing off her beaded bracelets, each of which illustrate a DNA double helix. The judges compliment her scientific accuracy as she ties on each of their wrists, then teaches everyone how to make them. Your turn. My project. Okay, I know what to do. This one here. card becomes free. Nope. 4. 4. Ah. It's gonna be the same. Wait. Ah, this is better. Next. 5, 4, 4. That's not helpful. How about this? 29. 5. Reasoning. Your project this is on power generation, explaining the ways the colony will be able to generate power once the nuclear engines eventually need to be turned off. You compare the efficiencies of burning mushroot pellets, spark snow, or the thin oil they found under the southern swamps. You love to outfit the colony with the solar power, but those panels are full of precious metals you haven't found alternatives for on Batuna. You conclude that wind and hydroelectric power are the easiest to maintain, the most sustainable, impressing everyone with your working model of the hydroelectric dam. Finally, it's time for the feast. The feast isn't anything special, mostly the same pressed soy ration you've been served in the canteen for all your life. The foragers have contributed great slabs of fungi that have been grilled like steak. Not that you've ever had a steak to compare them to. The offerings from Geoponic this year are as slender as your mom warned. There's a few terrines of roasted potatoes and carrots, but everything looks so scrawny. Everyone gets a taste, but not much more than that. It's so unfulfilled. What have your parents been doing in Geoponics this whole time? This sucks. Remember, we're in the rebellious phase, okay? Rebellion increases triple. Yeep! Why are your parents like this? You suddenly shove your food around your plate. You don't even want to eat anymore. You're so pissed off. You're probably just hungry. Eat your dinner. You do feel better after you eat something. Everyone's in high spirits after dinner, breaking off into little groups to talk or make music together as the sky darkens for the shortest night of the year. You feel your mood improve by the minute as your friends pull you into a fun rhythmic clapping game. As the irritation fades, you wonder if this is what congruous men actually warned, that your hormones would make you feel out of control sometimes. When you go back to your quarters to get ready for bed, your dad gives you a big hug. It's exactly what you needed. Done. New perk. Unlock xenobotany. Research. Okay, since we are popular, we're gonna doing more jobs. Doing jobs will give you more kudos, basically currency. So we're gonna do just that. Explore the xenobotany lab. Okay, this one basically is the same. Okay, research xenobotany. Another thing that I want this for is because like it gives biology. It gives well, most importantly is organizing. And also, of course, it gives some kudos, so that's a plus. Since I got double, I'm probably gonna gain 30. We're then introduced to the little lab they have set up in the dream houses. It's incredible, he says, gesturing all around him. We're surrounded by alien flora, and we practically know nothing about it. What's edible? What's medicine? What can we make fibers with, or build with, or use in ways we haven't thought of yet? He beams at you. You and me, we're gonna find out, my little potato. Your dad directs you to a research bench, and here's where you'll be working. The bench is very under samples and breakers and a weird looking alien sprout. More than just a simple table, the announcer's bench is covered with buttons and little holes you could put things into. Carefully find this on switch. There is no on switch. Stick something in the hole. You put one of the seedlings into a small slot in the table. A little door slides shut, then reopens. Loud brrr noise started through. Oh no, you broke it, your dad laughs. Nah, just kidding, you're fine. Good instinct, kiddo. Press buttons at random. You mash all the table buttons until yo kiddo. With congruence, the friendly ship's computer beams at you from her holoscreen set into the bench. Of course she's here. She's the guardian of all knowledge in the colony after all. You wonder where she got the yo from. Your dad laughs. Don't tell anyone, but congruence is the real brains of the operation, he confesses, so it's not like it's a secret. She'll make sure we don't do anything super dangerous, which means you and I get to focus on experimentation. If you follow the rules and stick to what you already know, you won't learn anything new, so don't be afraid and try new stuff. Get to work. You bring your mushroom samples into the lab. You're going to study these and revolutionize the use of mushroom lumber. Maybe. Study. You examine the mushroom under a microscope and take notes of its cellular structure. Part of the reason it needs to be harvested when wet is because the cells get so saturated that they lose structural integrity and turn to, well, mushroom glow. Studying the exact process by which the cells take in water leads to a breakthrough. It might be possible to hack the process and stop the mushroom from taking in too much water during wet. If they don't take on as much water, they won't take as long to dry. Okay, that's one calling defense. You should be able to develop a spray that the loggers can apply to the fruiting body of the mushroom, the part that sticks out above ground, to close its pores. Reducing negative pressure in the body should stop it from pulling so much water from the mycelial network underground. This is great. Logging will be much more efficient now. See. How about this? Okay. Now. How about this? Okay. When? Biology increase next month. Let's see if there's anything else. Nope. Any events? Any items? Okay. Let's go again to the lab. Earth plants use chlorophyll for photosynthesis, which makes them green. There's no green plant life here on Vertuna except for the stuff you brought with you. Vertuna plants must use something different, like a phyllocybin or carotenoid. It's not entirely sure of precise chemistry, but it's gotta be something. Research. Let's try this. Nice. Kudos if equal. 5. Late dust. Okay, we can give gifts to this and Tang, but we'll wait until late dust because that's their birthday. You can only give one per season. We're gonna research again. Hey Squirt, your mom calls out to you. Do you think it's time you started thinking about what you're gonna do when you get older? You look at her in confusion. Isn't she always telling you to stay in school? She chuckled. You gotta think about it sometime, kid. How about you come and join your folk on the farm, if you think you're up for it? I'm ready. Your mom claps on you on the back. Oof, she's just as strong as she looked. Great, she said. Come see me in geoponics when you're ready to start. It'll be more fun than wheeling dirt around, I promise. Get to work. It's already locked. But I prefer to go for this. Win. Okay, our popular status is gone, so in other words that our kudos will not be doubled anymore. So if you ask me, now is the time for me to go into class. But let's just check what it gives. Okay, that new job. Work on the farm. Biology, toughness. I don't want to improve my biology by that. Let's see. Okay, maybe I can... Okay, we study engineering. Okay, because like +2 reasoning. Professor Hub rubs his hands together as he waits for this class to settle down. He's in a great mood. This must be his favorite subject to teach. If biology and chemistry are the wet sciences, then engineering must be the dry one. But believe me, this class definitely won't be dry. He winks. It's weird, we'll also be learning math, physics, computing, robotics, architecture, and astronomy. Tangent raises his hand. Will we also learn about nuclear engineering? She asks. Professor Hal nods. Yes, at a beginner level, we'll have an overview of atomic theory and take a field trip to the engine room to learn how a ship's nuclear reactor works to power the colony. Done. 5, 3, 3, 3, 4. Win. Done. You know, exploring really like... I wish that we have something similar to exploring, because like exploring you can really do a lot in just one time. It's just that the thing that limits you is the stress. If we can somehow, you know, like have maybe like, because like there's a lot of challenges, and challenges will give you, you know, a lot of stats, okay, especially when it repeated over and over again. I really wish that is the case, so that we can easily level up. As you can see, our perception is already at max, and our animal, well, as you can see, it's at 80 plus. I already spent as little time around as other teenagers as possible, thanks dismissively. But now that everyone smells and is growing hair in unfortunate places, absolutely not. Her lips curl in disgust. What a cosmic joke. Hormones that encourage us to be intimate with one another, while simultaneously turning us into disgusting, sweaty, stinking beasts. No thank you. I've never allowed my biology to dictate who I am, and I don't intend to start now. Here I have something for you. Want to study together? Okay. You and Tangent sync your holopalms and play a game together where you race to assemble chemical compounds using a simple programming language. Tangent is a whiz at it and breezes through the levels, barely breaking a sweat. You can tell she's hiding a smile when she looks over your shoulder to help you with a particularly tricky algorithm. Okay, we gotta give her a present. So we gotta give her medicinal roots. Okay, you remember my birthday? Tang says, taking the roots and turning them over in her hand. Her lips curl in distaste at the dirt that is still clinging onto them. How thoughtful of you. I have much to do today, but I'll set these roots aside to analyze later. She turns to walk away and then remembers herself. Thank you, she added. What's this? 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 Okay, there he is. Okay, this is sulking, leaning against the outer wall of the colony with his arms crossed. Mom's called me a maladapted degenerate today, she says. Then she told me she's just trying to help. Like everything will be fine if I just acted like everyone else. He scowls. Everyone thinks we're so much better than the people we left back on Earth, but they're just as close-minded and stupid. Okay, the same thing. They're twins after all. For my birthday? He mumbles. Oh, thank you. This looks like it's from a very rare plant. Did you find it while you were exploring? Maybe you should go and study biology a bit? But then empathy... Damn it. What should I do? Reasoning. Like, I do want to get my reasoning up to max, because like, if you get reasoning up to max, okay, like you're gonna get +1 to all of the gains for for mental skills. But then again, I want to improve my empathy, but to do that, like one of the best way is like, oh, it's not here. Because there's a job that requires 20 organizing, and I think like this is the best way for me to improve it by researching. Okay, fine, let's do it. You've been having one of your dreams ever since you first touched your dad's workbench, aspiring towards DNA. Botula and Earth flora entwined, their chloroplasts dancing together, purple, green, and purple, green. With this colorful dream has come knowledge and a strong urge to see if it's true. Can Botula and Earth plants can be combined via gene tag? If select hardy native species and fruitful plants humans have cultivated for millennia, you remember which ones and which genomes to use because you've done this before in another life. Do what you remember from your dreams. Okay, 5, 5. Huh? Part becomes 2. Damn it. Wait for okay, all 5. Cards become 2, eh? Five. Okay. Next round. Okay, I think we can get super gold this time. Let's see. Wait, give me. Let me check. $23, $20. What was this? 27. This? 26. I think this is good enough. But then I think if we increase it a little bit more, then we're gonna get super gold. Let's try. Yes, super gold. We're gonna get +1 biology, but then you double check congruent simulation 100 times and the results are always the same. A truly viable genome composed of genes from Earth and Botula, and in every chemical simulation, congruence can run, it successfully takes root and flourishes. +5 colony food. You look at the tiny, barely sprouted plants, this could be the beginning of a new era of agriculture on this planet, being able to plant crops that actually grow strong in the soil. It might only be one plant for now, but who knows? Maybe in the future, you'll be able to use this for all sorts of crops. Your mom has always been a result-oriented person. She doesn't like to experiment, just to see what might happen. She likes science that she already knows and trusts her work. When you call her in to see what you've done, she smiles as proudly as you've ever seen her smile before, and she can't argue with congruent results. You earn twice the kudos working in the lab from now on, in recognition of your contribution to the colony's continued survival. Get to work. Done. Glow season. I think this is around here somewhere. This. Oh, crystal. Huh. Oh, I was right. He's here. Does this interest you? Okay. Give me a second, let me check. This is at 63, tangent at 17. We have enough time. Relax on the walls. The view from the glow during from the wall during glow is absolutely breathtaking. The wormhole seems to smother the sky, like a swirling jewel-toned bowl pressing down on the gloom. Everything in the wilderness is lit up and seems to breathe in and out of the planet, like one living creature made of stars. It's beautiful. You could almost forget how dangerous it is. Take out this. This one is better because like, it's a wild card. You can use it with any color. Another year, another glow. Everyone's pretty sure there's going to be an attack this year, so the colony is on high alert. You're collecting glow flags in the geoponic garden with Pal and Anemone. When the sirens begin to wail, you all stop what you're doing and look at each other nervously. Your parents run off and defend the farm, telling you to get inside the greenhouse and stay quiet. Anemone declares she's going to the walls and watch the soldiers fight. She knows a good spot. Help defend the gates. You scramble down from the walls and are immediately faced with a seething wall of hot pipe. You kind of thought they were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's swarms of them now. And not just hot pipes, once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes. These wild centipede looking things with long spider legs, and at least one giant many-eyed thing that's hovering clear off the ground, defying gravity. I haven't seen this in the wild yet, you know. This thing. They all seem to be incited into a frenzy, attacking everything in sight and trying to get through the walls. It's dark and chaotic. Uh-oh. Com sees you through the fray. Wait. Combat 30? You're suddenly not sure this is a good idea, but then you look up and see Anemone shouting encouragement from up the wall quite bravely. Making up the guts for what you lack in sense or skill, you charge without a plan or a real weapon. You immediately ram in the side by what looks like a living pile of rocks, and you go down. You see sky, dirt, then sky again as you're tossed through the air, before you land in a heap at the base of the wall. Through the ringing in your ears, you can hear Anemone screaming for calm help. You stumble to your feet, body vibrating with adrenaline. You can feel blood trickling over your face, and it hurts like someone stabbing you in the chest when you breathe. Calm runs over and sends bolts of energy coursing from his stun glove to the creature, but being almost comprised of rocks, and it seems unfazed. It does, however, swing its head to look at him, giving you a chance to flee. Give me a second. Here. Plus 10 to combat, then I'll only have 18. Oh, never mind. Be a hero anyway. Challenge 96. Speed 7. Not good. Next. Wait. Oh, I'm gonna lose big time. Yep, there's no way for me to win. Give up. Defeated. No skill changes. Your broken body is leaking like a garden hose, but somehow you manage to improvise a spear out of a rebar and the ever-present construction and throw yourself at the gargantuan creature. You and Kong duck and weave around the monster, him getting its attention and you jamming your spear into its armored body, looking for weak points. It seems impossible. The thing is all rock. You can feel yourself beginning to lose hold of reality, your vision's fuzzing out at the edges. Finally, Kong yells, "There!" as it roars. You lunge for its snapjaw, mouth and jam the spear in and up. There's a terrible moment when nothing happens, an inhalation of fate, and then the creature tosses its head and you with it, flipping you into the air and into its mouth. Like a frog being eaten by a turtle, your legs kick in the air ineffectively. Damn it. Ineffectively as it tries to gobble you down whole. It's dark in here. It's not a very happy place. You mercifully wrench back out again before the acidic grinding of its gizzard causes you to lose consciousness entirely. Calm drags you away as a fresh group of soldiers tries to drive the beast back out of the colony. You need time to recover from your injuries, but Dr. Instant patches you up well enough that you can make it back home that night. Your parents are arguing quietly at your little table. I'm telling you, it wasn't a fluke, your mom says. They're not just wild animals, they have a plan. The fields, the lights. Okay, your dad replies, taking her hand across the tabletop. You have to tell the people what we saw in geoponics. They look up, noticing you in the doorway. Your dad's worried expression quickly changes to a smile. Hey, Robatanga. Then he sees that you're limping, still a little loopy from the med bed. Skamu, what happened? Are you hurt? What happened to the fields? Your mom stands up. Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed, it's late, and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. Done. You're injured and should rest. Start 8:14. Hang. Angel looks up from her holophone, blinking as her eyes refocus on the middle distance and then on you. Her previously long hair is gone, buzzed close to her scalp. You almost didn't recognize her when you first saw her. You wondered if it was caused by a lab accident or something. Hello, Skamu, she says, already cagey. Did you need something? I mean, what's up with your hair? Empathy 40. 31. I think we really need this. Give me a second. I think I need to load glow. The glow part, okay? So we're gonna redo glow. Oh yeah. We're gonna redo the glow. We're gonna redo the glow. And let's see if there's anything improved empathy. Persuasion. No, we don't. Damn it. We don't have anything to improve empathy. Maybe this time we don't go and maybe we really shouldn't go for you know, go out and we'll check at the geoponics. Does this interest you? Done. Empathy. Babysitting. Can't volunteer, I don't have enough organizing. Get to work. Babysitting. 6, 3, 3, 2, 2. Wait. 26. Okay. Plus 5 kudos. Okay, this time we're not gonna go there. Watch from the wall. You and Namni race again towards the walls and scramble up, so we can watch from a safe distance. Did we miss anything good? She pants. Oh look, there's my brother. Come! Come! Up here! Tom looks around for the source of voice, squinting up at you as he spots the walls. He yells up at you to stay put, and then the animal bursts through the gates. The wood splinters in every direction and hot by spore, quickly overwhelming the guard. Hoppers are small, but in large numbers, they are fierce. You watch the security officers manage the chaos. They have gloves that shoot arcs of lightning, and if you watch close, you can practically see the skeletons of the little animals light up from within when they're hit. Cool. Comment. Look at him go, Anemone cries, cheering for her brother. Get him, Calm. Oh, watch out. Oh, he's okay. He clutches your arm. He's so brave. I want to be cool like him when I grow up. You could impress Anemone by going down there and helping out. I'm super stressed out. Super stressed out. Let's go help. You scramble down from the walls and are immediately faced with something receding wall of Popeyes. You kind of thought there were only a handful of these usually peaceful creatures in previous years, but there's swarms of them now. And not just Popeyes. Once your eyes adjust to the chaos, you can see large creatures that look like walking bushes. These wild centipede-like things with long spider legs. And these... Okay, I think this... And at least one giant many eye that thing's hovering clear off the ground, defying gravity. Yeah, it's the same thing. Run away. Like, if we fight bravely, that bush pop is gonna kill us. Sounds right, this is no place for a kid. The defense force manages to push back the creatures. The rest of their broken forces flee back into the wilderness. You and Anemone slip home before you get in trouble. Lights the field. What happened to the fields? Don't worry about that, she snaps. Get to bed. It's late and we have a lot of work to do tomorrow to clean up. Okay. Now I'm bummed out, but I want to save. Like this one is... because I don't have enough, empathy to talk to her. Okay, let's chat with this. You catch this on a ridge overlooking the wilderness, bobbing his head along something playing through his ear speak. He doesn't notice until you walk up. He jumps when you tap him on the shoulder and scrambles to turn off his whole pump. Don't sneak up on me like that, he grumbles, then falls backwards on the grass to look up at you. Man, I was just getting to the good part of the song. What are you listening to? This looks away. Just some old music from Earth. You probably won't like it. Try me. You sit down beside this and extend your hand to link your whole palm. This stares at you for a few seconds before pressing his palm to yours, and music floods your brain through your ear speed. This takes his hand back and weaves his fingers together. Timid, I listen to a lot of Earth music, he says. Do you like it? Yes, I love this man. This cracks a small smile on relief. Good, he says. It's my favorite right now. I always listen to the same album on repeat. It's comfort music. I really like her voice. He steps into his lap. Sometimes I feel like the lyrics are about me, he admits. They're just so deep, like my soul. Like my soul really gets to this kind of music. But don't tell anyone, okay? It makes me feel better, thinking that someone knows my pain, even if it's just a dead Earth woman. Sounds deep, man. This nods and closes his eyes. Yeah, he replies. I have a lot of time to think. Not like everyone else here. Creativity. It's in your time with this. You and this lie in the grass and listen to the music, trading different songs back and forth until dark and the bell rings to close the gates for the night. Okay. Visit the spa. It's so expensive. Okay, save it again. But we're gonna rest this time. Wait. Rest. You entertain yourself by throwing snowballs down at the people from your hideout on top of the wall. It's a lot of fun to watch them whip around, uncertain where the snowballs are coming from. You hope your laughter doesn't give it away. Okay, delete that. It's your birthday! You wake up from night of blissfully peaceful dreams, no nightmares, no premonition, just a pleasant feeling of contentment. Okay, this one's the same, we're just gonna like continue. Smart for my age. Thanks, Antecedent. I think maybe I need this. He laughs and releases your hand. Well then, Mr. Maturity, how about you call me Auntie Anne from now on? Like the other adults do. Aunt Anne. Now come in here, Aunt Anne says, spreading her arms wide. Give us a great big hug. You hug her, enveloping yourself in the warmth and familiar softness of her. Over her shoulder, you see Anemone standing in the doorway. Yeah. This one we've read through it as well. Scum doesn't want to hear about my favorite. Oh god. What's the matter? Scared? No, Anemone exclaims, punching you in the arm. No, of course not. It just super sucks that now everyone's talking about how I'm becoming a woman and how I'll finally look different than my brothers. Duh. She points at you. Don't you start to. I'll still kick your ass at Swallowful, even with cramps. Your parents finally arrive, still damp from the field. Ah, okay. This one's that they're gonna inform that we are basically running low on food. Early quiet. Tammy beams when she sees you, like there's nothing better in the world than the sight of your face. Happy birthday, Skamu, she exclaims. She comes in for a huge hug. She smells so nice, like vanilla and flowers, and she's really good at hugs. This is for you, Tammy says. She steps back and reaches into one of the many deep pockets of her dress, producing a little paper box. I made you this, she laughs, opening it to reveal a little snack-sized cake. It's only soy cake, but it's a soy cake made just for you. You take a bite. Okay, it tastes like a regular soy cake too. Tammy did what she could with what the colony has. Tammy watches you eat the cake with a look of delighted satisfaction. You can share it if you want, she hints, smiling sweetly. If that will make you happy, share it with Tammy. Tammy laughs. I was just kidding. I made my own silly bit. My own silly billy, she says, pulling out a second box. Let's eat them together. Okay. I want to go out, but okay. Because right now I'm thinking what should I do now? Whether I go out and explore, but I really want to talk to Tang, you know, about that. But I think it's best for me to go out. But is it foraging? Okay, it's not foraging. Then never mind. Supposedly we're supposed to forage this time. Okay, so babysitting. Increase empathy. Okay, this one I think we've read the last time, so we're gonna continue. Tammy is right, we should be careful here. Get to work. 8, 4, 3. push through. Even if he's stressed up. Wait, let me try something. No, that won't work. Okay, push through. For empathy, mid quiet. How much? 39. One more. One more. I just need one more empathy. So that I can talk to Tang about her hair. Babysitting. Nougat bites one of the other kids, but claimed it was an accident and their arm just got in the way of my mouth. You have a conversation with her about how teeth are not used to be used as weapons, no matter how tasty or in the way your friends look. 6, 3, 3, 2. Wait, cards become social yellow, eh? Let me think. Push through. That's for empathy. Okay. We can talk to Tang. What happened to your hair? It's too hot here, she says dismissively. If evolution hadn't seen fit to solve the problem, the adaptive behaviors will have to do. Come on, what's the real story? Tang bites her lip as she toys with her holoscreen, scrolling it mindlessly. I couldn't think with all that hair, she confessed. I could feel it weighing me down, like a blanket wrapped around my brain. Just hot and gross, and heavy. I hacked it all off. Tang's mouth twists in amusement. In a moment of uncontrolled emotion, she says, imitating Dr. Winston. She rolls her eyes. It's only dead organic material, after all. Practically a waste product. It feels so much better this way, anyway. I'm into women with short hair. Tang stares at you blankly for a few seconds, trying to figure out if you're making fun of her. Your opinion is noted, she says finally. Thank you. Tang turns back to her report. It's not about looking good, she says. This is simply more efficient. Done. Okay. Ooh, Dad. You can hear your dad sneeze all the way from engineering. It's explosive, like he's trying to scare away the predators. He's wiping his nose as you approach, on a handkerchief blotted with shimmering pink. Lately, he's also surrounded by a fine dusting pink pollen that clings onto him whenever he goes. You keep brushing the glitter of things in your quarters. Okay, this one... You should see Chief Engineer instance. Okay, this one we've read. The thing is that we're supposed to unlock foraging. You leave the front gate and see Dis talking to one of the senior surveyors. He listens intently to their instructions, and the surveyor hands him a satchel of instruments and claps him on the shoulder before walking away. Dis turns to you. Hey Tsukamu, he says. He hikes the satchel on his shoulder and gives you a shy smile. It's still kinda weird to be allowed outside the walls. Remember when we used to sneak out? This eyes crinkled at the corner. It was so easy to avoid Chief Surveyor Tony, he said wistfully. What's the weirdest thing you've seen? There's this big rock in the western ridges that's almost totally flat on top. When I get near it, it makes me feel happy? He smiled. It's so strange and it's hard to leave. It's the first time I went there. The first time I went there, I laid on top of it for so long that I almost missed the transport pack. I know it's my job, but I haven't told anyone about it yet, he says. I don't know how to explain it, but it almost like it wants to be kept a secret. I'd love to see it sometime. A weird expression passes over Dis's face before he screws it back to his trademark blank look. Maybe, he replies. I don't know. I don't think it wants that. This is more busy, so you say goodbye and let him get back to his work. You'll have to let him keep some of his secret for now. Like, when can we get the foraging? Can you just give me a moment? I just want to double check how to unlock foraging. How to unlock foraging. See the job board. Foraging. Forage the valley. Quiet of Souls 14 year. Quiet. Huh? Wait. It didn't. Uh-oh. Wait. Give me a second. Forage. Forage in the valley. 30 perception. Oh. Oh, then I screwed up. Okay. It seems I need to load this back. Okay. It seems I need to look back to quiet. Okay. And we just need to go somewhere. Okay. Explore somewhere. And then it'll be unlocked. It seems. Okay, this one we need to rest. Wait. Double check. This is at 63. And I'm already at 14. Okay, we'll just rest here. We spend several hours a day obsessively checking the HoloNet for updates. Nothing much. Forget. Okay, spam. We've went through this. Scared. Done. Like, because I remember at 14, we're supposed to at 14 we're supposed to be unlocking foraging. So like the funny thing is that it didn't happen. Most probably because that we managed to make the new. Okay, let's check notice board. Colony food shortfall 20%, dangerously low. So it's because that we managed to make that thing, the new species, that it somehow got us out of the famine, but we're still dangerously low. 3 perception, 1 animal. Okay, survey the things. Utopia is sorting through the stuff foragers have brought back, putting them into bins to either get analyzed or taken straight to the kitchen. Hey, sweets, she says, not even looking up. You headed out? You and this take care of each other out there, okay? He sighs. I gotta get through all of this before day's end, he says. It'll take me all day, unless you're having to help me out. Utopia lays an assortment of mushrooms. Alright, here's a simple one. Which one of these fellas is poisonous? Pick the right ones. Mushrooms, you got this. You know what kind of mushroom are served in the canteen. It's easy to pick them out of the assortment. Are these edible? Wait. Sweet. Utopia exclaims, a big smile on her face. You're a regular pig, don't worry. That's a compliment. On Earth, they use pigs to sniff out buried mushrooms. Go out there and dig us some, why don't you? Finish up on what you're doing on the survey team, but come back next month and I'll put you with the foragers. You'll be in Valley of Vertigo. It's one of the best places to forage for wild berries and other edibles. Okay, this one, we're just gonna go and grab all the collectibles and animals. Okay, bravely stand your ground. Card becomes 2. 2. Like this. Okay. Card becomes 2. Here. 5, 5. Hmm. 3. 3. 3. 5. 8. We don't have super. Okay, fine, never mind. I'll just take it. Next. Remember, we're just looking for items. I'm not interested in going through any of it. I want to go to the Valley of Vertigo because that is where the cure for our dad is. Valley of Vertigo. Okay, over there. Okay, this one, a route through its territory. Card becomes 2. Next. Card becomes 2, eh? Next. 4, 3, 3, 2, 4. Win. Perception. I thought it's gonna be animal. Well, we can skip. We'll definitely improve our animals sooner or later. We're just gonna collect things. I don't want to get too stressed out because the next turn we're gonna go to the valley, grab everything that we can. Nothing. Here. Oh, something there. Boss event. You spot an enormous unfamiliar flower, large waxy. Wait and watch. Animal. Put your hand. Toughness. Defend yourself. Animal challenge. 5, 3. Okay. Next. 8. 8, 4, 5. Next. 3, 3, 2, 1. Wait. Okay. Go home. We explored. Too bad we didn't have enough empathy. Maybe we'll get a couple of empathy events in the Valley of Vertigo. Foraging. Yeah, forage in the valley. Perception biology. I really don't need perception. I'm already maxed out. Utopia greets you warmly as you muster for your first expedition with the foraging team. Skamu, I'm glad you could make it. We need everyone we can get out of here. Get out here right now, boosting our food supply. I'm ready to sniff out those tasties. Good luck hunting out there, he says, handing you an oversized backpack, more like a basket than a backpack. Use your holopalm to identify edible and medicinal plants and just throw them in here. I'll sort them back at base camp. Oh, and keep on the lookout for creatures. It's pretty peaceful out there in the valley, but even a little bug will get you if you're not careful. Go slow and pay attention to your surroundings. If you're unsure about something, don't approach it. Stay on the path and don't get lost. You don't call it Valley of Vertigo for nothing. Any questions? Will this be with me this time? Nipa looks like she's trying not to smile. Nah, this is good at finding new things. Just not so much the same things over and over. You'll be okay though, she continues. You won't be alone out there. You're doing important work. You're about to leave and Ethiopia snaps her finger. Hold on, Skamo. We're also investigating some species that we might domesticate. Those who want to tag and capture. Ideally, we're looking for herbivorous creatures that already live in herds and either produce something edible or reproduce quick enough that we can slaughter them for meat. If you see anything that fits the bill, tag them and bring them back. Valley of Vertigo. Like, we're just gonna get past. Ooh, a Riki! Rikis are carnivores, you think, but the juveniles are too small to take out anything larger than an insect. Not so much the case with this one. The Riki blocking your path is pretty large, probably about as tall as your waist, and it's growling at you over the carcass of something even bigger. It seems to be missing its head. Yuck. You're not sure if it killed or scavenged a dead animal, but it dragged it onto the path and looks ready to fight for it. Fight. Next round. Next. Oh. This is the final round, eh? I got an idea. Wait, what about this? $32. Yeah, this is better. Push rule. Or I got a better idea. Turn this. 36. You chase the Riki off and claim ownership of the dead animal. It's no prize, it's completely rotten. It's not even worth calling it in a retrieval team. What a waste. There's a cure for our dad here. You come across not just one Riki, but a whole swarm of them. Mostly just baby ones, about the size of your head. They are all amassed around a massive tree, scurrying up and down the trunk. You can see the tree itself under the swarm. You notice it's the same pale pink as the baby Riki. Its tentacle-like roots meander a very large distance before plunging it into the ground. When you see the Riki, you approach, they get agitated, and they look hungry, definitely hungry. Like dozens of hungry grapefruit-sized furry pink spiders, the stuff of nightmare. Your pet Riki Tiki doesn't seem to be scared at all. Maybe they're not so bad. You walk up to the tree and put your hand on it. The baby Riki swarm around the tree trunk, very upset with you, but they calm down when you see that you aren't doing anything. There's an unmistakably crumb of life under your hand, not just from the proximity of the baby Riki, but from the tree itself. It's warm and leathery, and you can feel something like a pulse. It's alive? It seems as if this tree is itself a Riki, just in a different phase of its cycle. Does that mean that the little clusters of fruit in its branches are Riki eggs? Or maybe cocoons? There's so much you don't know, but you do know that this nursery tree is a special place. There's nothing you can forage here. So, these ravenous youngsters have stripped everything edible from a wide radius. You move on. Okay, let's go. Oops. A herd of flow cow are grazing nearby. Try to capture one. All of them are 5. Oh well. Wait a second. Draw one. Draw one more. Okay, fine. I'll keep this for later. Next. Five. Oh. There we go. 5, 4, 3, 5? Wait. Take this out. First collectible is free. Oh, first collectible is free. Okay, give me a second. I think I should reload. I should just like redraw my hand with the crystal. I really don't want to use crystal because I'm gonna use that for Nomi. But since it's free, okay, then I know what to do. Next round. Okay, this one's not that good, so we're gonna use. Not that useful. 3. Okay, next. 5. Push through 100. 100! Just now was even better. Oh my god. What if I do this? $90. This is hard. Okay, let's try again. I really want to capture one. Okay. Let's try this. Good. 5. 5, 3. Like this. Push through 50. Okay, this is a bit hard. We're just gonna use a marsh log, okay? Another one. 30. 20. This should be fine. Ah, come on! That's a lot. Eventually you pick out one young female that looks underfed and moves more slowly than the others. She seems like an outcast. The others won't let her eat, and they keep chasing and harassing her. She should be easier to catch as malnourished as she is. Maybe easier to tame. They get a lasso around her and hold her down while she whines in terror and releases her piss ballast to try to get away. You're in the blast radius but you hold firm. You're able to bob her along behind you, all the way back to the depot. Unlock tending animals in geoponics. Well howdy, Utopia says. When you bring in the float cow in, what do we have here? Why, you're a real cowboy, Scamo. I'm a mite jealous. She inspects the tired float cow. She's looking a little under the weather, Utopia proclaims. Here's hoping we can nurse her back to health on the ranch. I'll take her back myself. You can see her anytime in the geoponic. Okay. Go home. Ooh, animal snacks. Ooh. This. Remember? Weirdest thing. I'd love to see it one day. You need some time off? Okay, we can improve our animal by relaxing, but let's talk about that. Oh, this one. You should be wearing your mask. That rose. Done. Okay, we relax. Rikki Tikki loves pollen season. Born with Popeye, born with Pet Rikki. They pounce around, sometimes disappearing into your into the pink fog, reappearing with flowers and they drop by your feet. And they eat the flowers. Also cute. You haven't given up training Rikki Tikki to follow simple commands. They clearly have the ability to understand that you're trying to communicate with them, but they're just a huge language barrier. That gives you the idea to try clicker training, getting them to associate verbal commands with action and reward, using a clicking noise as a positive reinforcement. Wow, might as well give it a shot. Challenge. Okay, heart becomes red. Wait. What's this? Heart becomes red. Here, 1, 4, 4, 1. Like this? Okay, 5, 3, 3, 4, 5? I can't push through. Okay, I can, but... okay. C. Plus. Okay, good. Win. Success. You use the clicking as a shared language, and Rikki Tikki quickly begins to respond to your command. By the end of the afternoon, you're getting pretty reliable results from both stay and follow command. Plus 1 skill on challenge win, plus 3 bonus to traits. This is great. Rikki must be more intelligent than people give them credit for. Maybe Rikki will be a species that evolved to be codependent with humans, like dogs evolved from wolves. Ah, come on, another one? You've been working with Rikki Tikki for months on getting them to follow simple commands. You're getting pretty consistent results with 1 or 2 at a time, but they get bored and wander away if you try to do longer sessions. You set up a small obstacle course in the garden consisting of few ramps and bouncing beams. Rikki Tikki looks at the treats in your hand expectantly. Run that obstacle course. Next. Wait. Heart becomes 5. Maybe I should. Let's use the 4. Okay. Let's see. 80! My god, that's hard! Okay, I think I really need to relax first, okay? I think I need to relax first. So like, you going here to relax is just too much. Maybe I should just relax over here. And improve with this. Take this one out. You're at lunch with your parents, slice soy cakes and watery broth again. Wait, when they put down their cutlery and look at each other, and then you. Kamu, your mom says, there's something we should tell you. We tried to shelter you for some time, but you sure have known why we've been working so hard in geoponics. There's meeting after lunch and I want you to come with us. I already know about the food. Your parents ask, exchange surprised looks. What, you do? Your mom asks, how? You scramble to explain that they haven't exactly been saddled, the announcement at Veterinaria, plus how stressed they've been. You can put the pieces together. No, you didn't live it in a dream of a past life. Your mom smiles. Our little boy is more mature than I realized. Still, I want you there. Sure. You follow your parents to the council room. Mars has also tagged along. And you take a seat near them as your mom and Aunt Anne stand to address the council. After Utica officially calls the meeting, she gestures to your mom. I'm not going to mince words, your mom says firmly. All of our efforts to increase food rationing in geoponics have failed. The destruction of the fuse during last attack put the nail in our coffin. By the end of the year, the colony will run out of food. The rest of the council murmurs in concern. You and Mars exchange horrified look. You've been doomsaying about our food for past food supply for 2 years, Lulu. Red question. Do you mean to say we are past the point of no return? I'm afraid so. Even with rationing, without securing a terminal food source, our supplies will run out by wet season. He gestures to Anne, whose face is grave. Anne and I have gone over the supplies and come up with food plans with crunched numbers. Your mom sighs and spreads her hands. I'm sorry, geoponics should have been producing better by now. We should have been able to wean ourselves off soy ration. During wormhole transit, we lost geoponics in the hull breach, she sighs again. I know I've said it so many times, but our crops just don't grow here. We needed the algae tanks. We needed the microbial soil from Earth. It's not Mom's fault. The survival of the colony shouldn't rest on one person's shoulder. It's not fair. She's been working harder than anyone. She did everything she could. The council mumbles in agreement. You decide they will probably never really blame her or your dad. The only holdout is Mars, who crosses her arms and grumbles that it's clearly a problem with leadership. So what do we do now? Instant ask. Starving to death isn't an option. No, it isn't, your mom replies. We need to secure a food source this year, before our rations run out. We're working double shift in geoponics, but it's not enough. We need more people planting, tending, and turning the soil. We need more hands. I can pull back the surveys and focus on foraging native plants, Utopia offers. Even the young folks can help. If they've proven themselves around the survey equipment, I'll send out the holo messages later. This has been a burden for geoponics for too long, Utica says. It's time we all step up for future. The council nods in agreement. Their stomach rumbles ominously. They say that we should forage, okay? The guide says, and try to get as much stuff from the valley. It's too bad that we can't upgrade our Riki. Oops. I wanna find the fungus that basically like infect our father. Let's just continue. Uh-oh. You find a healthy black bush and harvest some of the leaves to bring back to the colony. Utopia's beyond excited when she sees your haul. Oh, black? She cries, shoving her hands right into the basket of rustling leaves. Kamu, you're a boy after my own heart. She pops a leaf in her mouth and chews on it, then shudders happily. Woo! She cries. They'll perk you up, but good. Aunt Anne brewed a heck of a cup with the stuff, but me, I prefer it raw. He points at you. Don't you go getting any funny ideas. This will turn you green and give you spots. Cross my heart. Stay away until you order. Choose thumbs up, please. Just because Ethiopia was born on Earth, he thinks he's an adult just like the rest of them. He's closer to your age than to all the other adults. What does she know anyway? You wait until Utopia leaves, then shove a leaf in your mouth. You struggle to not spit it out right away. It's so bitter. You can't help but stick out your tongue. Blap indeed. Shit. I should leave this for later. Okay, because the reason why is that we're at max. We're not stressed out at all. Come back later. You come across a huge field of flowers. Okay, this one here, we can pick them all. 76. It's still possible. Maybe we'll take them out. Next. 5, 3, 3, 2. 46. Oh boy, this is gonna be hard. Oh god. Okay, take him out, take him out, take him out. Okay, better. Wait. Oh boy, 70 stress, you know, that's a lot. Okay, it's better. But I think 35 is good enough. Okay. Continue. Oh, another Bricky. A curious Bricky blocks your path. It's acting strange. It keeps scurrying up trees and hanging upside down to get a different angle to look at you, then dropping down when you try to pass underneath. It may be small, but it's at least attempting to be intimidating. It must mean something. It's not interested in your pet Ricky, it's interested in you. Even Ricky Tiki looks unsure and hides between your legs. Approach it. First collectible is free. Tiki. Next, 35. Okay, 35 is doable. Wait. For... Oh, first... redraw. Not good. Three, 2. Push through. The Ricky runs up your leg. It's a giant spider thing and it's got weird tentacles and get it off. The urge to dance around and shake it off is almost uncontrollable, but you manage to keep your cool. The Ricky tastes you with tentacle feeler legs, but doesn't look interested in causing you harm. He pokes at your backpack trying to get in, then gives up and scurries off. Uh-oh. No. We gotta... Okay. If that's the case, we gotta turn back. And here, where we met Utopia, with some blood leaves. Done. Okay, we relaxed off a bit. We gotta find... Okay, approach it. That's 2 to pair. 2, 2, 2. 6. D. Okay. 6. 5, 2. Hmm. 7. Okay, this way is better. Next. +1 to challenges. 5, 5. Win. +1 bravery. Okay. We can continue. Wait. You're alone? Wait. You're alone exploring an unmapped area of the Valley of Vertigo. The pollen is thick here and your air filter is overworked. A warning light has been flashing orange for the last 10 minutes. But there are plants here that you've never seen before. Flowers are with intense rainbow hues and strange lumps of fungal matter, which pulse as if they are breathing. You cut some samples, Utopia will totally give you extra kudos for this. The pollen is especially thick up ahead, deep fuchsia and shimmering with color. Everything here seems to dance with tiny flecks of reflected light. It's kind of magical. Okay, this is the one that causes our dad, sick with shimmer. The one that causes death. Wait, it's not that. It's the cure for it. You push forward into the suffocating pink fog. It's so thick you can only see a few meters ahead. You follow the glimmering towards where it's the densest. You come across a glade filled with what it seems to be strange topiaries. They loom out of the glittering fog, each in the shape of an animal. They all form from the same spongy, glittering pink substance and dotted with finger-length fungal growth. You're so distracted you almost fall into a large hole in the center of the glade. Check for danger. You've seen plant-like animals before. Are these topiaries actually predators waiting for you to get close? You watch them carefully from the edge of the glade. They are completely still, not breathing. There are no life signs. Good. Your envirosuit beeps a warning. Inspect the topiary. The topiary you choose is large, dog-sized quadruped, which appears to be kneeling. It's far too lifelike. As you get close, you realize with growing revulsion that this was once a living creature, now encased or transformed entirely into sparkling pink fungus. It's dead. You remember helping Tang for extra credit in biology class. He said that the shimmer, the seasonal illness that affects your dad in pollen, is some kind of pollinating fungal growth. Could this be related? Your envirosuit beeps a louder warning. Take a sample. As you bend down to take a sample, you realize the dense, tiny haze is coming from the topiary. The fog is seeping out holes at the end of each fungal growth. You break off a few growths into a collection vial. The more you think about it, the more you're sure this is the way we should look into the hole. At the bottom of the hole is a cave. It slopes down towards the cave floor, only about 4 meters below, then disappears underground. You aren't sure how far the cave continues past this point. It's dark brown there, obviously, but not silent. There's some kind of strange rhythmic whirring coming from further inside the cave. You pull up your palm and shine your hollow palm to light. The cave floor glitters with a pink fungus and the air is almost choked with it. Climb into the hole. You make your way down the gentle slope towards the cave. The thick shimmering pollen makes it hard to see further than your hand. You see 3 glowing bats. Huh? What is this? 3 glowing bats into the floor, like neon hot tub, an old-fashioned mechanical interface set into the cave wall. The reflecting glow from the bats flicker on the cave ceiling, ghost-like and beautiful. You feel a strong urge to take off your mask and stay and stay a while. Poke at the mechanical interface. Unmasked, you cross the cave and lay your hands on the interface. It feels spongy, almost alive. Instantly, you can feel your mind blasted open by everything, all at once, as if 1,000 pairs of eyes all turn their terrible gaze upon you. You're thrown back by the shock, which brings you to your senses with a snap. The pollen, the sparkling dust feels like tiny knives in your sinuses with a heavy choking pain in your lungs. Why did you take your mask off? Uh-oh. Okay, maybe I should try something else. Give me a second. But before I press this... Okay, we found the egg. Press forward. Check for danger. Check. Take. Look into the hole. Climb into the hole. Play with the liquids in the vats. Unmasked, you cross the cave and slip your arm into the glowing vat. The liquid feels warm and almost alive. Ah. But a small part of you wants to go back down here. You slap your suit helmet back to see its flashing, light flashing red, indicating filter overload. You lurch out of the cave and back to the checkpoint, and barely able to breathe. You know you need to get out of here, but a small part of you wants to go back down there, to stay in this place forever. As you near the checkpoint, Utopia runs out to help you. You instantly turn back, unthinking wanting to return to the fog, those strange statues. You collapse in her arms. Several days later, you wake. You don't remember much, just a great choking heaviness in your lungs, and the world swallowing you up and closing it over your head. You have snippets of conscious thought from the last few days, but it's hard to tell if it was a dream or not. 5 toughness, injured. Okay. I think we should not go into we should not mess around with that. Press forward, check, inspect, take sample, click into the hole, climb into the hole, get out of here, leave. As you turn to leave, your filtered light begins flashing red. An alarm sounds inside your helmet. You realize you've been, with the horror that you've been in the dense pollen for too long. You start sneezing as the sparkling dust seeps into your breathing mask. It feels like tiny knives in your sinuses. Barely being able to read. Your helmet is so clogged you don't think air is getting in at all. You see it clearly, as if seeing a vision. If you take off your mask, you'll surely be able to breathe better. Something in your terrified brain cells clings to this idea. If you just take off your mask and breathe in the pollen, you'll be fine. Keep it on. No, don't go deadly into that pink night. You're hyperventilating. You can't get enough oxygen through your fogged filter. Darkness closing in from the edges of your vision until you see the world as if through a long tunnel. Then this is like, I think anyway we're gonna go through that, so it might as well we do a couple of tasks here first. A bristle slug is rooting around the underbrush. It's like a little porcupine with no legs. Well, like it's a relative. It comes up to your waist and it must have weighed at least 100 kilograms. You've seen a few of these up at geoponics. They're easy to catch. Their spines and berries naturally fall off and are edible. A chewy, renewable source of food, kind of like jerky. Maybe you could catch this one. Catch it. 4. Next. Card becomes 4. Wait. Oh, this is gonna be hard. Next. 5. 5. 85. Let me see. Dino egg. What will happen if I turn them all into red? Push through. Done. You're pretty sure this one is a female because it has bristle on its butt as well as head. Her eyes are a deep green. You think you call her Emerald. She seems calm in the net, like she isn't too worried about where she might be going. You crouch down with a clump of leaves and sticks her muzzle through the net and eats them right out of your hand. Her whiskers tickle. Okay, you pat her forehead and pack her off to geoponic bars. You could go visit her there later if you like. Okay. Up. I think there's something over there. Give me a second. There's something at the bottom there. I saw something shining. Yep. You press forward. Take a sample of the fungus. Check for danger. You have a sudden premonition. You have a strong sense of remembering this is a bad place. A terrible illness lurks in this part of the valley and it will pounce you if you stay here a moment longer. You have to get out here immediately. Leave. As you exit the thick pollen, you are able to see again. Your mask's warning lights start flashing red. Your filter is finally clogged. You got out there not a moment too soon. You lurch back to the checkpoint, but the other foragers quickly replace your filter. You still get charged for not paying attention. Keep exploring. Well, 98. Valley of Vertigo. What's this? Another one? You spend some time working in geoponics, so you know your way around a plant or two. Walking through this area, you notice something different about it. The background feels bouncy like a trampoline, and the plants all look weirdly stunted. Not a lot can stifle nature here, so it's honestly a little weird that there's no grasses or moss growing here. Biology. All the plants in this clearing are oddly stunted and there are few grasses or weeds, as though something has sucked all the nutrients out of the soil. Oh wait, is this even soil? You kneel and take a closer look. More like a kind of dance moth, or coral maybe. You press a hand into the moist, squishy substance. It smells sweet and starchy, like cake. It blankets the ground here with a thick sponge-like layer, swallowing up everything it touches. Gross, but it feels good. You dig a large chunk of sponge cake to bring it back to the geoponic. Further analysis is needed, but you have a good feeling about this one. You want not to continue. Perception biology. You're surprised when you wake up this morning and your mom and dad are both still in the quarters. Usually they are gone long before summer. You pull back the curtain and they look at you with big smiles. Scamu, your mom says, cradling a mug of black tea in her hand. As your dad rubs your feet. Good morning. Morning? Someone didn't hear the good news, your mom replied, cheekily. We're announcing it later today, but guess what, kiddo? I think we're gonna be okay. She chuckles at your sleepy, confused look. The famine, she explains. We still need to do a lot of work. You still need to do the work, but we pulled it out of it. We got out of the spiral. We're going to be okay. Between farming and foraging, we secured enough food to make it through until next year's harvest. That's great. Your mom salutes you with her black tea. She looks more relaxed. You've seen her for a year at least. Maybe since before you landed on Batumna. You know it could have been so much worse, but you push those dream memories from your mind. Your dad sighs happily. I've already looked forward to dinner. I haven't really cooked in ages. What should we have? Mom should choose. That's right, it was her hard work that saved the colony. Your mom chooses a big platter of roasted vegetables, peppers, onion, corn. It's sweet and a little spicy and so delicious. You and your parents cook a private meal in your kitchenette. Your dad does most of the work, but you help. You sit down for a quiet family dinner. You realize this is the first time you've done this in... You can't even remember how long. You talk about your day in the most mundane way possible. It's so pleasantly normal. You don't even get close to clearing your plate, since your body isn't used to so much food. But that's okay. You eat slowly and savor it. Every bite is heaven, and made even better by knowing that you had a real impact on the colony's future. Next one. Okay, we need to rest. We need to rest. So let's check on our food status. Notice board. Sufficient. Okay, so we're gonna rest now. Double check. 65. Okay, rest on the wall. I'll take this out. Late pollen. What's this? Flower. Remember, we need to get enough empathy to talk to Tang. Tammy is passing what spare time you have by making Cal a scarf. She's not particularly good at knitting, but you don't have the heart to tell her. The kids love playing with the yarn a little too much, but she gets the older ones helping by rolling it back into balls when the little ones unravel them. Get to work. Fall. First collectible is free. Give me a second. Okay, use the Xeno egg. $35. You know what? Maybe I should use another one. Like, I want to get super. But then 30. It's not gonna be enough. So just go ahead and end this. Empathy. Okay, this one should be different, because this time we have enough food. The yearly midsummer celebration when the colony gives thanks for its good fortune. This year you have a lot to be thankful for. As you file into the main square, you see the feast table laden with literal fruits of your labor. Great big piles of forage food compete for table space, with tureens overflowing with potatoes and corn, all steaming and gorgeous in the high dust sunlight. It was a lot of hard work, but you can be proud. You did this. You helped. Governor Utica still recovering from the effects of rationing, her body quaking as she takes her place on the stage. My, what a year it's been, she chuckles, her voice dry and thin even through the maxophoner. I'm so proud to stand before you today. On Feast Day, to enjoy the result of our hard work. This year, more than any other year, we celebrate our resolve as a community. She spreads her thin arms in welcome. Let us enjoy our blessings together. The colony applauds and Utica bows her head in thanks. Huh? We don't have enough reasoning. Just one more. Okay, give me a second. Give me a second. Year. Take this out and put in more wiki. Babysitting. First collectible is free. Screw it. It got worse. Yep, it got worse. I should not have used that, draw. Babysitting. Get to work. Draw. Fall. Fall. Win. Okay, so science fair. Tang has reworked her project from last year. You remember it, something terribly complicated about cell differentiation in vertebrate species, plant, animal, and fungus alike. She melted down when a Dr. Instance pressed her on something, but this year she's all business. Back and better than ever, she's not only corrected her error, but added a ton more complexity and depth to her analysis. Instance listens intently and congratulated her on marvelous comeback. On her project, Tammy explains the science of baking and how the humidity here affects making bread. It's bad science, she doesn't really explain how, but just does it. But it involves 3 samples for the judges. As she explains her creative substitution, it's clear she was doing some science, just not what she said she was doing. Half marks for scientific progress. You're up next to present your project. Two. Okay. Next round. 6, 5. Okay. Next round. 5 kudos if equal. Three. I wonder if we can get super. Let's try. Wonder if we can get super. Let's see. Super goal. You've been studying the yearly attacks. They only happen during glow, but why? You've been graphing and analyzing survey data on the animals and discovered the attacks don't correlate with their natural behavior or migration patterns. You thought at first that the wormhole might agitate them. It does put off a low frequency wave during glow that haven't yet been fully studied. So a year ago, you started monitoring the waves, and you realized that there are actually 2 waveforms, one from the wormhole and a weaker one based somewhere on the planet. During glow, when the vibrations from the wormhole are present, it seems to activate something in the planet's frequency, making it stronger and more complex. These frequencies run right through the colony like a targeted beam, drawing animal migrations closer. It's almost as if something is summoning the animals. Defense. Tangent. The judges are amazed. This is a huge breakthrough, and it all happened because he wanted to win a science fair. You have a lot of work to do to be able to use this theory for forecasting the next attack, but Red is excited to study this further. You win the science fair hands down. After the festivities, the whole colony takes a few days off for a break. Anemone and Com organize a giant sports ball tournament, and Anne sets up a food stall serving sweet potato juice slushies and spiral cut potatoes on skewers. The party just keeps going. It's great. Next one. Hello Eskimo, Tammy bounced over to you. I have a present for you. She presents you with a gift. It's wrapped with homemade wrapping paper, screwed with hearts and flowers. Open it, she says, bouncing on her toes. You open the gift and pull a pair of gloves knitted with a rainbow mishmash of yarn ends. The palm of one of them has been cut open and the edge are inexplicably resewn. They're already fraying. You told me once that your favorite toy is the whole palm, and it's not that I can program new games for it, but I do know how to knit. Tammy beams, clearly proud of her ingenuity. I don't want your hands to get cold, so I made a pair of gloves you can wear and still use your hollow palm. Except, you thank Tammy for her gift, and she claps her hands in front of her heart. I'm glad you like it, Skamo. I worked really hard on it. Okay. Where's Cal? Ooh, biology 20. Want to hear our nature fact? Okay, done. Next, nature fun fact. Embarrassing lesson. Like, I wonder why that Cal have Nomi's card. Why does he have Nomi's card? And so early on. Let's see that. If your mom already said so, I agree with her. I know you two disagree about things, but she's still your mom. Okay. Let me see. Gear. Swap this out. Put in hot pie. 39. Oops. Oops. I think I know what to do. Take this out. Put in Tammy's gift. And then we can talk to Tang. I just came by to say hello. What happened to your hair? What's the real story? I like women with short hair. Tammy is sweeping this. Perform a random act of kindness. Asking an adult. I want to do something nice for Mars, Tammy says, fiddling with the hems of her dress, but I don't know what. She just nanoprints whatever she needs. She snaps her fingers. I know, why don't we ask Auntie Seaton to help us put a spa day for her? Auntie Seaton has a whole cabinet of nice smelling lotions, soaps, and scented candles. She lets you choose a few of each and reserves one for the one of the private lounge anterooms for you. Sure, Mars can buy her own lotions, but what she can't buy is the loving servitude of her friends. You help Tammy prim and pamper Mars, is surprised and a little humbled by the attention, and gives you both a genuine hug in thanks. Tammy has good instincts. She always knows what people secretly need, and Mars needed to have something nice given to her instead of having to demand it. Okay, next. I feel like I want to go to forage, but maybe not now. Just a moment, I want to check what else. Survey the ridge. When can I survey the ridge? While exploring the plains, may get a something on. Plains. I'll do it next time. Biology. Okay, just a little bit more. Okay, I'm popular now, so why not just go for it? Xenobotany. You report to work in the geoponics laboratory, bringing you the sample of weird spongy purple-pink stuff you found in the fog in the Valley of Vertigo. Your dad is very interested in your sample. He has you analyze it right away. Scrutinizing your sample under the microscope, then with a spectrometer, you compare the spores with known substances. You determine it shares a chemical compound seen in fungi with psychotropic effect. It could make people hallucinate. Huh, your dad says. That explains some things. You think about those creatures, those topiary covered in this stuff. They were all grouped together in the same place by that weird hole. Did the fungus make them go there? But why? Take a look at these, your dad says, sending you an archive on your holopalm. He kept detailed records of the air quality, humidity, and temperature, spanning back almost to the day you landed here. There are even some actual air samples preserved in vacuum-sealed tubes. You take a look, and sure enough, the spores are always present in the air here, and gets much worse during pollen. Wait, could this be what makes your dad sick every year? Is it trying to colonize him, like those creatures? Remember the chief engineer said that she believed the shimmer was caused by some sort of fungus. Could this be it? Looking for a way to neutralize it, you hit the archives again. You work at it for a few days, but identifying a compound and noticing a pattern is one thing. For the heavy science, you need help from Dr. Instance. This is strong work, Instance says, scrolling through your findings on her holopalm. You say you gathered this sample yourself? That's impressive for someone your age. She summons Tang to join you. Please get Tangent up to date with your research, he says. She'll take it from here. She has more of a mind for these things. Sensing the shift in power balance, Tang blanches and looks at you apologetically. No one knows this better than me. Instance raises her hand. I'm not passing judgment on your abilities, he says. You clearly know your research well, and I can find nothing wrong with your methods. Still, something this important and dangerous should be done in a more controlled condition. Tangent has been scrolling through your research. This is good work, she agrees. But this is a medical problem, not a gardening one. You're already studying the shimmer, so just think of it as combining your research with ours. The corners of her mouth twitch up, the most of a smile, and a forget from Tang. I'd like to work with you on this, actually. I believe you got all this. I can't believe you got all this just from a sample. Instead of not dismissing you both, if you like Scammer, you can stop by the lab later on to check the progress. Get to work. You've been studying the sponge cake you found out in the Valley of Vertigo. It's oddly squishy, trampoline ground. As is expected, it is a type of fungus. The analysis bench tells you it contains edible starches. Once dried and processed with a maturing agent, acidic spark snow would work nicely. It will make a nice flower. The challenge is not to cultivate it. It multiplies quickly and you've seen how it stops anything from going near it. Ask permission from your mom, because if we do this, then later, it's gonna destroy our food source. No, absolutely not. She says before you even open your mouth. Get that out of here before it contaminates the crop. Your father has been planting those pixie beans and I don't trust them, your mom says. I'm not sure about adding more alien crop to our overworked farm. I'm sure this is safe. I've checked. You show her your research. Your mom rubs her face. I know. You're a real chip of the old block, aren't you? You probably have its full genome map already. Fine, let's find a place for it. You plant a sponge cake in a special field, quarantined on the other side of the geoponic domes from the rest of the crops. By the end of the month, you can already tell that it's taking root and starting to produce viable food soon. You should get your first harvest during pollen, when the sponge swells up and at its sweetest. Cultivating sponge cake. Press 2 to cottage gems. Many of the earth crops grow through dust and need to be harvested before wet. This means our colony has more food available year-round. Grow through dust and wet. Okay. Plus 5 kudos is equal. 5. 3. 4. 3 more. Wait. Win. Biology. Mid dust. Next month. New perk. Collectible response faster and more slots are filled. Okay, we need to give this presents. What's this? Okay, there he is. Does this interest you? Okay. Let's see. Give me a second, let's check. Engineering. Reasoning, 26. Okay, I'm still popular, okay? So I think it's better for us to research. Yeah, research is better for now. You often work Your work often overlaps with Tangent work in biochemistry and genetics lab, so it's not uncommon for her to pop by and ask questions about what you're working on, or for you to ask her for help interpreting some of the test results. She's uncharacteristically animated whenever she gets to talk about science, almost like she's a whole different person. She even laughs sometimes. Do you think it's so interesting how Vertebrate species resist being classified by any known taxonomy? She asks, peering into the root network you sandwich between pieces of clear glass. She stands up. It feels like everything here is a little bit fungal, she says. Spores, fruiting bodies, mycelial networks, even in animals. Some animals here can even photosynthesize. She nods excitedly. The division between plant, animal, and fungus is less strict here than it was on Earth. At the cellular level, many animals have properties of plants and vice versa. She launches into an explanation of how high-energy bonds store energy and require metal catalysts like iron in human blood and chlorophyll in green earth plants, but how the different hues of vertebrate plants must mean they use entirely unknown elemental catalysts, possibly not even metal at all. It is a little advanced for you, but Tang is very excited about it. She stops and takes a breath, winded by her own monologue. Sounds scum. If vertebrate plants and animals share an elemental catalyst, and we found out what it is, we could learn so much about this planet. Okay, we'll go for this one first. If nothing works, if she doesn't get it, but then I do feel like, okay, help advance her theories better, I think. You show Tangent that what you've been working on, all the samples and simulations, the result of scans and experiments. Incredible, Tangent says. Going over your notes, we've been attempting to map genomes of various samples in order to construct phylogenetic tree, but we're at capacity already. Can I take this? Of course. Tangent smiles. Thank you, Scammer. This is more helpful than I can say. Chief Engineer sends forward you some kudos for sharing your research. Okay, we'll do it like this. No, me. Wait. Extra kudos. Leak dust. You harvest a steady mushroom log. Okay, we're still popular. Send the animals. Animals and empathy. I already maxed out my animals. I want organized. So we go for xenobotany because it does give me 2 organizing. One more time. Maybe not. Because xenobotany have a lot of use. But if there's no event, I'd rather not do it because we're gonna keep on using it. Perception and animal, both of them are already maxed out. Plenty organizing. View knowledge board. Good. Huh. Give me a second. Let's check. Tend to the animals. Work on the farm. Biology and toughness. Okay, tend to the animal. We do get empathy a bit after all. You meet your dad by the animal plants, fresh and ready for your first day at your new job. Your dad laughs at your clean clothes and your scrubbed face. Oh, pumpkin. I'm sorry to tell you that you're a little overdressed for the position, he chuckles. You're gonna get dirtier and all heck today. Put on these overalls and get to work. You change and follow your dad to the float car pants. He rubs their noses and as he points out their name. I know they're cute, but these ladies aren't pets, he says. They're livestock. And more than that, they are not really domesticated like our animals back on Earth. They are more like tame. We give all the animals a lot of room to roam, and we feed them well. They're not gonna get chased down and eaten by larger animals, and we help them if they're sick. It's a pretty good deal, I think. But they're still pretty wild, he says. You gotta be careful with them. He leans in on his elbow on the fence. We're pretty lucky that Bertuna has herd animals, he says, making it a little easier. We'll probably have real domesticated animals in a couple of 100 years. Well, Teo, your dad says, spreading his arms. We've got all these animals. What do you want to learn about first? Sugar bugs. Sugar bugs. Your dad takes you to the row of crates where the soft, squishy sugar bugs are clumped up together in the moist muck. These guys are pretty cool, he says, picking one up. It perfectly fits in his palm. They're a colony just like us. If you tickle them, you get... He brushes his finger along the top of the sugar bug and a little jet of gooey stuff comes out. Sugar bug syrup, he says. Pretty neat, huh? No joke, we thought these guys were just plants for the first couple of years, your dad says. We transplanted them from the wild into the greenhouses, but I guess that was just part of their life cycle, because it turns out they're sentient and can move around and stuff. We moved them out of the greenhouse into the barn, but we don't really treat them differently. They still mostly just sit there, bristle slugs. Oh yeah, we got tons of them, he says. They are great, slow and gentle, and easy to catch, which you already knew. Don't let the spikes fool you. They're actually really cuddly, and don't mind if you pet them. It actually helps them. In the wild, they'll be scratching on all sort of things to knock off these itchy berries. He scrunched up his nose. They're not really berries. They're more like eggs. Well, they're like berries though, because they're sweet and you know what? Never mind. But terminal animals are pretty weird. Float cows. The float cow you captured is still here. Look, there it is, he says, gesturing out at the herd. You squint and try to follow where he is pointing. Eventually you see it. Wow, it's much bigger than you last saw it. It's been eating well. And guess what? Your dad says, with a grin. It was pregnant. You see all these little floaties? Our first babies. You smile as you watch the float cows bob alongside their mother. We figured out that if we keep feeding them what they be eating during pollen, they'll keep making milk year round. He continues proudly. It makes them heavy enough they don't float away. Otherwise we have to keep them on leads like balloons. Okay, let's get started. Great, your dad says, tapping you on the back. That's the kind of energy I want to see around here. We need someone to mark out the float cow tables. They might float, but their poop sure doesn't. He hands you a shovel. Have fun. I don't think I'm gonna have it. 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Win. Next month. Ooh, Tang. You spot Tangent leaning against the wall outside engineering. She's yawning, rubbing her eyes and staring off into space. She startled as you walk up. Oh, it's Scummo. I was just taking a short break. Yawns are infectious. Join in and yawn too. Do you stay up all night too? She asked. I don't even remember when I slept last. It might have been a few days ago. You haven't slept in 2 days? More like 3, she replies, but then pauses for another jaw-cracking yawn. But as I said, I'm tired. Even my enhanced body has limitations. You look at her quizzically. I don't need to sleep as much as other people. It's a genetic... What is? She says foggily. You know, a DNA enhancement. I guess sometimes even I forgot to do it. I should set myself a reminder. Hello, at scheduled sleeping nightly. 2300 hours for 3 hours. Her whole part emits a tone in response. Can you not sleepily? That should do it, she murmurs. Her eyes are practically closed. find her something to take a nap. Tang follows you obediently into engineering room. Too tired to protest. You slip into the med bay and grab a blanket and a pillow off a shelf. By the time you return, Tang's already fallen asleep curled up in an egg chair in the waiting area. You gently place the blanket over her and she hums happily before going slack with much needed sleep. Tang. Okay, what I'm gonna do now is that I'm gonna upgrade my animals by resting, but as you know, that there's going to be a lot back to back, so that's why, like, even though it's resting, it's gonna mean a lot. Your mom is tending to her garden as you relax by. You're both happy to leave each other alone, but you can hear her muttering to herself as she pulls weeds. Every day she grumbles. You think I was never here at all, with all how some of these weeds grow. I thought that bringing only nice plants would mean we wouldn't have to weed out as much. But these vertiminum plants, they are unstoppable. It pulls hard on one weed, which turns out to be a huge creeping vine that yanks out a few flowers. I just want one place on this planet that's ours. Ask more about Earth. It was like the space, your mom says, but a lot worse. She sits back on her heels and wipes her face. Hot summers, cold winters, storms, wildfires, smog, radiation. Weeding was the least of our problems, honestly. That's why I wanted this place. Something that could remind us of the Earth that was. Your mom dumps a huge armful of weeds into a wheelbarrow. These go all the way to the edge of the colony, she says wearily. Whatever plant these roots belong to, they're invading my garden. She turns towards the wall and yells, "You stupid pink bastard, stay out of where you belong." Take this out. Forget. Okay. It's time to give presents to them. What's this? Okay, does this interest you? Next. Tang. Your birthday. Oh wait. Wait. I should load back again. Here. Maybe I didn't equip them. Maybe that's why we didn't get it. Relax in the park. Okay, not. I'm supposed to be able to upgrade them, you know. Strato Colony. What should I do now? My biology is pretty good. Okay, engineering. Tangent and Chief Engineer Instance has been hard at work trying to find out a cure for this shimmer disease. You join them in their research. You are the one who found a sample of the shimmer fungus and analyzed it. You are the one whose father suffers the most from it. She confirmed that the shimmer is an airborne fungal disease, that the thick, choking spores in pollen are the same fungi from the Valley of Vertigo, the ones that colonize the host and turn their body into spore-producing fungus. Finally, you have a long due breakthrough: sunlight. You try inoculation, antibiotic, antifungal cream, but what finally worked is high-intensity light treatment, mimicking the full force of the sun during dusk, coupled with an interjection to increase its potency. Of course, Tang exclaimed. The fungus colonizes animal life during pollen, and some succumb to it, but the intense light of dusk scrounges the fungus from the survivors. It's all part of the natural cycle. Oh. The treatment works on samples, not depending on subject. Okay, so if we go back to that place during dusk, then maybe we can get into that lab thing over there. Test it on yourself. You open a triple lock research room and pass through an airlock. You don't have an enviro suit on, but that's the point. You need a strong dose of fungus in your lungs. The small room is filled with shimmer fungus. It's growing on everything, the floor and walls, and on lumpy shapes that were some kind of biological matter once. Now, it's all just fungus, violet and shiny. You breathe deeply, marveling in the feeling of soupy, dangerous air infiltrating your body. Tang watches safely from behind the thick plexiglass. You can't tell if she's jealous or impressed. Now, you slide into the light therapy machine to bask in the nice warm light for a while. You even have a nap. Dr. Instant takes your vitals and runs samples of your fluid through various machines. She's excruciatingly thorough, but after a few days, she concludes that the treatment is a success. You still carry a high fungal load, but its effects have been nullified by the light therapy. Remarkable, Instant says, going over your finding. Now that we have a frontline therapy, we can begin treating the population to prevent the fungus from taking hold. Tang. She looks over to Tang. Skamu's discovery will be the great help with our other research. You expect Tang might be cross that you got the credit, but she nods, looking pleased. I think you can guess which one's my favorite character. You're just thankful that no one was killed. No one was killed, not your father or anyone else. The colony is safe from the shimmer. Okay. See. Maybe like that. 3, 3. Nice, but extra stress. Done. Next month. A little more, well, around 10 plus we get bravery perk. What should I do? Reasoning. It's already at 28. So engineering? To further your engineering knowledge, you're taking a mini class with Chief Engineer Instance on the construction and maintenance of hollow palm. These devices are engineered bismuth crystal embedded in your palms when you start school. They use the heart and electric current of the human body to power themselves, to talk to each other and connect to the HoloNet, Congruence's massive repository of information. You can barely remember life before yours. Okay, this one we've read through, if I'm not mistaken. Download your own mod. Tang raises an eyebrow impressed. What module do you choose? A radar speed gun. I think maybe this. Ding, you are not able to gauge the speed and distance of anything you point your palm towards. This should help your calculation in physics class and beyond. Card becomes mental blue. Okay, win. Engineering. Okay, glow season. Does this interest you? That. Okay, I'm gonna give him this. Okay. As usual, you know that glow is gonna be dangerous, and we are quite stressed out. Just relax in the park. There are only a few glowing plants in the garden, so in the dark of the glow, you have to do a lot of outdoor work by lamplight. In the eerie, not light, fertile earth dirt looks like the same as fertile dirt. It's so hard to see what you're doing. Pick the mud off. Both of them are good. The roar wakes you up. It would wake the dead. It shakes the walls, rumbles through the ship's hull, and makes your heart skip a beat. You're paralyzed by a sudden clench of fear in your gut. Through in your porthole window, you hear metal screeching and people shouting. Then, another roar. Guttural and rumbling like the sound of mountain collapsing. Something enormous out there. Run out to face it. You don't know what gives you the courage, but you run out to the fields to face the horrible creature phase 2. Okay. It's gonna destroy our colony. In a place of a face or even a head, its body just unzipped. Okay, this one we've read through. And this is where we're gonna lose calm. Save Governor Utica. The smaller creatures are making a beeline for command, slipping into the heart of the colony while the defense squad is distracted. The line of slinking many-legged beasts pass by with much easier target, moving with eerie, almost technical paws. Whatever's happening, you have to stop them. The scene in command in chaos. The blast doors that would have protected the bridge from depressurized in space are held open by a mound of corpses, both human and animal. And inside you hear Governor Utica screaming for someone to help her. Challenge. Okay, next. That's 3. Okay. 3. Next. 5, 4, 2, 2. Wait. Oh, this is nice. Really nice. All cuts to the right become mental blue. Woo! Okay. Then if that's the case, I may want to use the marshmallow wood. It's 3 after all. Okay, win. Plus 2 to combat. You beat back enough blasts to help Utica escape the bridge. As you shelter from under a meeting room table, you hear horrible noises from the rest of the ship, metal screeching, the terrible abomination roaring. The sounds of the creatures outside tearing their way through the hallways and are thrashing everything. Suddenly, the ship lurches and drops a few feet, bucking under the weight of something massive. Out the porthole window, you see a flashy pink tentacle slap against the side of the ship before the faceless abomination outside crashes to the ground, taking the entire outer wall of the ship with it. Utica sobs quietly into her hands in the sudden silence. You wait a long time until Congress gives you the all clear. The council calls an all-colony meeting to face the aftermath of the attack. In the oppressive gloom of glow, you gather near engineering with the other survivors. It's one of the few buildings that's still standing. The corpse of the faces still sits in the caved-in wreckage of the stratospheric, spilling its plastic pink tentacles from its horrible zipper-toothed maw. It's already beginning to stink. At least the governor survived. Governor Utica takes the stage and thanks you personally for rescuing her during the attack. Because of your bravery, the colony still has its leader. She also acknowledges the bravery of the defense squad, citing their heroism in finally taking down the faces. If only it hadn't gone away from them and stampeded right through the stratospheric, at least they stopped it before it got to engineering, as it would have activated the reactor and left a crater the size of an asteroid impact. Your planet is gone, greenhouses destroyed, and fields trampled. After a year of suffering, starving, and only barely scraping by, you're not just back where you started, it's even worse. The entire front of the stratospheric has been destroyed. The living quarters, the canteen, the garrison, the lounge, and even the crash. It's all gone. It's only by some stroke of luck that people are hiding in the crash weren't all killed. Governor Unicode reads the name of those who lost their lives. Too many. You all stand for a moment of silence. You feel the weight of loss like a blow to your chest. Anemone and her family cry out when her brother's calm name is called. Their quiet sobbing continues through the silence. With the living quarter destroyed, everyone moves into the engineering wing for shelter. You are crowded into the classroom with other families. The adults try to make it seem like a sleepover, but you are still so shaken. Tammy doesn't return to the classroom. The little ones got out okay, but she's still in med bay. Wait. Okay. He's still alive. Anemone cries about her brother and screams at anyone who tries to comfort her. Eventually you just ignore her grief, as painful as it is to hear her sobbing at night. Gain status in morning. You feel like you've been awake for days. You're never fully asleep again. You try, but you keep jerking awake, crying out in fear. Eventually you fall asleep sitting up, held in your father's arm. Your sleep is fitful, but mercifully dreamless. Rest for now. Look at that. Everything is destroyed. Let's talk to everybody. Tangent frowns. I just don't understand, she says. Why now? Why does it keep getting worse? Mask crosses her arms and sobs. What is the point of having all these kudos if I can't actually use them to buy stuff we need? Like hello? It's not like I can mail order more supplies through the wormhole. Everything's destroyed. What's this? This is examining a bit of the rubble, turning it over in his hands. Maybe if you're gonna ever find like alien tech, he says, wouldn't that be cool? Done. Be careful out there, he says warily. Don't want anything to happen to you too. Puts on a brave smile. We have a lot to be thankful for, he says. We're still alive, and that has come for something, right? Done. Like the other people in geoponics, your dad has been working day and night to salvage what he can after the attack. It's gonna be okay, he promises. We just need to work hard. You are mourning the loss of a loved one. All skills increases reduced by 1 for 3 months, and some jobs and actions can't be performed. I think I should end it here because I can go a bit further, but it's been 3 hours. Okay, we'll continue until Helios drop, okay? We'll continue until Helios drop, which is like in a couple of months, 3 to 4 months. Engineering is crammed with families and what belongings they salvage from the destroyed living quarters. You spend some time in the crowded temporary lodging in the classroom, or help adults try to fix things. First thing is try to be a tutor. Okay, apply for the job. That's great news, he says dreamily. You're one of my best students, Camus. We'll start you off as my assistant for the younger kids, but I bet you're helping the older ones in no time. There's no shame in that though. Everyone learns at their own pace. As you know, I hold classes every day. Just come by when you have the time. I'm sure a smart young man like yourself is in high demand around here. We're gonna rebuild. Toughness and organizing. Okay, that's good. The first month of quiet passes, each day plodding one after another. You still have trouble sleeping in the classroom barrack, but there's nowhere else to go. Every day, you wake up with the others and try to make the best out of it. Grief and anger come in waves, not just for you, but for everyone else. Some days are better than others. You're assigned to rebuild the walls. The first part of the month is just spending dragging away the wreckage, slotting it into salvage or recycling. By the time that's done, crews disassembling parts of the stratospheric have delivered and now salvaged that you can begin to work patching up the walls. A sense of urgency permeates the crew. After everything, people need to feel safe. This is on a work crew with you, something he does begrudgingly. Walls didn't help the first time, he grumbles. Whenever anyone asks for his opinion, we should just tear them all down and live like the animals do. If someone planted a bunch of buildings on my land, I'll be pissed off too. And this is right, this is pointless. We don't go so far as sabotage the walls, but you certainly don't contribute. You and this drag your feet, sulking anytime someone tells you to work harder. Surprisingly, you don't get into trouble. You're just kids after all. No one expects you to get back to work right away after a huge trauma like losing your home. Wait. Push through. The sun finally dawned again on your birthday. You wake up early and thought we're engineering. The last time we lost our mom during this time? I wonder if she's there. You shake your head to clear the memories. Is there anything you could have done, or is the colony destined to be destroyed no matter what you do? You pull your blanket more tightly around your shoulders. Not your blanket, that one's gone. And stare out as the sun rises on the horizon, meager and sickly. Hey kiddo, you hear. Then your mom comes in and sits beside you. Thought I'd find you here. You both sit in silence for a while, watching the sunrise picking out all the broken glass littering the fields, glimmering like a field of stars. After a few minutes, your mom nudges you with her elbow. So, she says, your first apocalypse, huh? She huffs, smiling self-deprecatingly. First one's always the hardest, he says. When the first colony was attacked back on Earth, I thought that was it. Everything my parents told about, the power of community, all that, I thought they were full of shit too. He turns and gives you a serious look. It's okay to be sad right now. I'm mad too. I'm mad as hell. I want to get out of here and rip every goddamn mushroom on the ground. And that's keeping me going on for now. But that's not going to be forever, Skamu, she continues. Eventually that sadness and rage is going to cool, and you have to figure out how to feel after that. She points at your chest. Hope lives here, she says. It's the human condition. We just don't know when to give up. Your mom squints out into the sunrise. I had to figure out how to have hope too. I needed it to get on a busted up spaceship with your dad and launch myself through a wormhole. Hope is why we had you. He smiles. Things work out in unusual ways, Skamu. It just takes time. You watch the sunrise together for a few more minutes. After a bit, your mom pulls a little box tied with a piece of gardening twine. From your father and I, she says, Happy birthday, kiddo. But before that, I wonder why they have, silence. Upgraded gear, some medallion too. You know what it is before you open it. Your old medallion, the one Dad made, with the sun on it to represent Earth, was broken during the attack. In all the chaos, you didn't even notice, but your parents did, and made you a new one. It's just like you remember, a similar design with a wormhole design to represent Batumna. You thank her, and squint at the swirling wormhole still barely visible in the brightening sky. It's so massive and awe-inspiring that this time of year, but it always seems to herald disaster. You're happy to watch it fade away in the daylight. Your mom lets out a dark chuckle and slaps you on the back. What a birthday. Here's to another one, right? You both head back downstairs to the wreckage of the canteen, where they put up temporary roofing with whatever tarps and scraps could be found. The colony nanoprinters, the few that still run, have been working day and night to replace the necessity of life, but larger construction projects are going to take some time. Aunt Anne has coaxed the kitchen nanoprinters into making soy gruel and press bars, life-sustaining but depressing. You and the other colonists eat your breakfast in stony silence as you mentally prepare for the day. Governor Unicode looks more frail than you ever seen her, but her eyes remain determined. Last week, they held a mass funeral for everyone that died. There's talk of turning stratospheric destroyed front half into a memorial shrine after everything useful has been salvaged. There's still much to do. Done. next month. Engine plates on the engineering wing, the only building still standing. With everyone living here, there's barely enough room to think. This wretched planet, Mars grumbles, gazing at the wreckage of the stratospheric. That was my ship, not your ship. Like, that's one of the reasons why I can't bring myself to like Mars. It's going to be okay, your dad says. You'll see, kiddo. Papa can fix this. Maybe the new colony can have a hoverboard park, Carl says, putting on a brave smile. That'll be pretty cool, right? I can't believe it's all gone, your mom mutters. All that work, gone in one night. This is sitting on a pile of rubble, looking over the colony wreckage. He doesn't look particularly sad. What do you want? Okay, let's go and fix. Rebuild. You're assigned to help out in the geoponics. The agriculturists have been hard at work trying to salvage what they can of the ruined fields and destroyed greenhouses, but there's still a lot of work to be done. Your mom is in fine form in her role as the chief cultivator. She never admitted, but managing a crisis is what she's been made for. Carl is working at geoponics too, of course. He smiles when he sees you. Hey, Skamu, there's lots of stuff to do. What do you want to work on? Repair the greenhouses. The geodesic room, miraculous prefab modular structures your parents brought from Earth, are in shambles. Much of the glass and metal is beyond repair, destined for the recycler. You and Cal help clear away the debris, and that's when that's done, you help drape tarps over what's still standing so that the drifting spark snow doesn't pile up inside and affect the soil acidity. Everything that can survive outside the climate control greenhouse needs to be harvested and sent to the kitchens so that it can be preserved. Canning, jarring, dehydration, ancient techniques you've learned about in school, but I didn't think you had to put in practice so soon. Tammy visits almost every day. She says it's to pick up the day's harvest, but you know it's just so you can visit Cal. Everyone is worried that this will be the final nail in the coffin for your food supply after the famine last year. You try not to think about it too hard, instead focusing on just doing what you can to help rebuild. Okay, 5. Oh, what's this? Huh, maybe like this is better. Wait. Okay. Maybe. Equal. You're eating the mess tent where you hear something rumbling. Your bow and cutlass start rattling. People look around in alarm. Could it be another attack so soon? You begin to hear shouting from outside. Someone runs into the tent. There's something falling from the sky, they shout. It's on fire. You join the crowd of people living in the temporary structures together in the colony square. People are squinting up into the milky quiet sunlight, pointing and gesturing wildly. It's impossible to miss the thing hurtling towards you from space. It's like a giant ball of fire coming straight for you. Is this it? Is this the end? After all you've been through, a meteor's gonna land in the middle of your already ruined colony and kill you all? Mars grabs your shoulder. It's another ship, she exclaimed. Look, it's another spaceship from Earth. How are you sure it's from Earth? Excitement ripples through the crowd. Could it be? You stare up, unbelieving at the rapidly approaching ship. The flames of its entry to atmosphere dissipate, and a thick column of greasy black smoke trails behind it. Soon you can hear the whistle of it ripping through the atmosphere at terminal velocity. Like at first, when I got this, like I thought, oh shit, they're gonna land right at us. Just say, whoa. It's an enormous ship coming at you way too fast. The ship's reverse thrusters fire, trying to slow it down so it doesn't smash into a billion pieces when it hits the planet. Everyone scatters to take cover. You crouch behind some rocks, throw your arms over your head, and squeeze your eyes shut. You hear a massive spaceship touch down in geoponics, plowing through the fields, grinding over what was left of the greenhouses. They're thrown to the ground from the force of the impact as sharpener and small rocks zing past your head. It grinds along some roaring monster, cutting a great scar through the colony and kicking up an enormous cloud of dust. Finally, the ship comes into a creaking, shuddering halt. You and the other colonists carefully crawl out of your hiding places, coughing and rubbing your eyes. The new ship is half buried and obscured by dust, but you can tell it's from Earth. You squint to make out the stencil letter, Heliopause. A hatch opens inside and silhouettes begin to emerge. Silhouettes with guns. Soldiers march out of the dust and quickly surround all of the remaining colonists. More soldiers form two parallel lines from the ship to the square, their guns in the parade rest. A lone figure strides down the center towards you. "Greetings, fugitive of Earth," the man says, spreading his hands wide. A dismayed murmur ripples through the crowd. The adults exchange significant looks. Chief Engineer Instance tries to slip out to the crowd, but he's stopped by the line of soldiers. The man smiles. He has a broad, easygoing smile that doesn't match the threatening aura of the soldiers, nor the smoking ruin of the ship behind him. "I'm Commander Lum," he says proudly. "As the captain of Heliopause, I have come to render aid and bring you to justice." Try to sneak away. The Heliopause soldiers have the colony surrounded and shove you gently, but force you back to the crowd. Listen to the others. Eureka steps forward out of the crowd. "You're not the commander of Heliopause," he says firmly. "Where is the person I was speaking to?" "Commander Morikawa." Everyone is surprised. Eureka has been in communication with the ship? For how long? "I am the captain of Heliopause," Lum repeats stubbornly, then adds, "According to the chain of command, we sustained significant loss of personnel when we went through the wormhole." You can't help but notice many of the soldiers exchange looks this time. You wonder how many people had to die before Lum became commander. "As the commanding officer," Lum continues, "I declare this colony to be under our protection. As such, you are all subject to the laws of Earth." "To be quite blunt, young man, it appears you need us as much as we need you," Unicode replies firmly. "The Vertuminal colony, such as it is, offer our hospitality to our guests from Earth." Lum opens his mouth, but Unicode cuts him off. "Now, there's no need for this posturing. Whatever the purpose of your mission here, you'll soon learn that on this side of the wormhole, we're all human. Right now, we need each other more than we need mandates from Earth." Unicode tries to assemble colonists. "Effective immediately, I'll be stepping down as governor and turning leadership to Governor Lum, to the Heliopause," he says. He smiles genially at him. "I hope that will satisfy your craving for justice, at least while we get our feet under us. Judging from the numbers of guns on display, you don't think you have a choice in this. It's a good thing that the colony is such a pathetic shape right now," your mom mutters under her breath. "If they thought they were a threat, they'd probably just have shot us." Your dad squeezes your shoulder and tells her to be quiet. No one knows how to react. A new governor from Earth? Nearly 100 new colonists, most of them trained soldiers? What does this mean for the colony? A crowd disperses slowly, and the council members follow Lum back into the Heliopause, presumably to talk about a future colony, you hope. You track down your friend, "So what do you think about these new people?" Marv asks. "They're just going to boss us around." Tang nods. "They don't live here, they don't know what it's like, and they're going to swoop in and act like they're better than us?" She shrugs at her arms and around herself. "Did you see what they are doing to Instance? The entire colony, now twice as many of you, sets to work on salvaging the wreckage of Heliopause, tearing it down, combining with Stratospheric remaining engine section. Spirits are high, though these new colonists from the Heliopause aren't like any people you've met before. With their uniforms and weapons, they're more like an invading force than a rescue. You aren't sure what this means for the colony, or your future." Stay quiet. As the dust settles, you rebuild your colony around the new ship, the Heliopause. The new arrivals, soldiers maybe, are aloof at first. Many sees you as fugitive. Together, you build new walls, living quarters, greenhouses, and massive bunker garrison. The Strato Engineer Wing is the only reminder of your old colony. The heliopods brought enough rations for another 5 years, as well as rich seed bank and working hydroponics. They also have more guns, explosives that you've seen in your life. Even the ship has guns. A full stomach, a roof over your heads, and the promise of safety convinces most Strato colonists to accept the Helios. In turn, the Helios decided that you criminals pose a little threat. A grudging peace is brokered between the two groups. You decide they aren't so different really. They are even Helio children, born among the stars just like you. After a month of hard work, you and your parents move into your new quarters. You get your own room for the first time in your life. To step out onto your very own balcony to watch the new colony, its grounds bustling with so many strangers and strange new ideas. You feel something rising in your chest that you haven't felt in a big time. Hope, excitement. What will the new day bring? You better get out there to find out. Rush out after the day and greet them. Let's talk to everybody. I don't know if my mother knew when I was born how convenient my genetic modification would be in time of crisis. Thanks says, rubbing her eyes with her forearm so as not to contaminate her gloves. I can work 3 times as long as the other lab assistants, with very little decline in cognitive function. How much? 86. Guess I don't need to give her much gift. Kel is catching a nap sprawled across a pallet of bags of fertilizer. Someone covered him up in a scratchy burlap blanket. You're about to leave him alone, but he blinks awake and yells at you. Hey, it's Gamo, he says, rubbing his eye. But you're just catching in some shut-eye. It's all hands on deck getting your funny stuff and running again. Do you need me for something? Not really. Nomi! You see Nomi around since the heliopods landed. They are around your age and barely a meter and a half tall, only coming up to your shoulder. You've never seen anyone dressed as friendly as they do. Hi! Their voice is high-pitched and quick. I'm Nomi, short for nomination. They do a little turn and bow, and you introduce yourself and... What do they do for fun? Well, Nomi begins. Kind of a bit of everything. I like designing outfits and reading manga and learning about dinosaurs and cool xenofauna. And robots and aliens and watching anime and playing laser paper for course. Most lately I play laser paper. It's so fun to play it outside in the great big endless outdoors. Nomi dances in circles, waving their arms and gesturing at your surroundings. Challenge them to a game of laser fable. You're on. Nomi helps you install it on your holopalm and explain the rules. Laser Fable is an augmented reality game where you bounce hologram lasers off real objects nearby. It's speed-based, so you're running around and bumping into each other, and there are extended house rules when it's legal to block out each other's lasers. "21. 6 3 3 3. Okay. Oops. At the end. Five. Equal. Dang it. What this? 10. Oh boy. Nah, just push through. Right on, brother. Nomi gives you a high five, then with a couple of quick flicks, on their gauntlet and gives you kudos for winning. They explain this is how they always play laser favor with the kids from Heliosphere. Except they mostly don't want to play anymore. They say they are too old for it. They just want to be soldiers now. Except Rex, he's still cool. Nomi. It's so cool you guys have people who aren't boys or girls too. Nomi says, twisting a long piece of their hair around their finger. Mom and Dad told me that sometimes people on old Earth didn't understand stuff like that. And your ship left Earth before us, so maybe it was even worse then. They give you a bright smile, but they're worried for nothing. Everyone's so nice here. Nomi. Nomi is my second, okay? Favorite. Mid dust. This is pollen. Okay. Present for you. She likes crystal, but then it's very hard to find them. What does she do? What does she hate? Medicinal roots. Okay. Give her the log. You brought me a gift? They seem like just because. Okay. We have another one, Rex. Let's try and find Rex. We also have base as well. Base. Okay, I hate this guy, so I'm gonna skip. I'm an explorer. His expression doesn't change. Is that right? He says with the air of a boy who's hard to impress. Nice to meet you, Tsukamu. I hear it's been a rough couple of years for the colony. And this one here. We were just, are you one of the best soldiers? We train as a team. I bet I could take you. You're welcome to try. I hope to see you at self-defense classes. Yeah, I need to improve my combat. Ah, there. The colony is full of new people. Everywhere you look, you see a stranger. It's disorienting after growing up in a closed spaceship. You never expected to meet any other humans that weren't made here on Batuna. You bump straight into one of these new people while you're jogging through the colony. Oof, he laughs and holds you steady, brushing the imaginary dust off you and gives you a wide, fang smile. Hey, it's one of the kids from Heliopause. I think his name is Rack. Welcome to Batuna. You stick out your hand and shake his, and he laughs. You notice he's wiggling his dog ears. He can really move it independently. Pleased to meet you. I'm Rex and I'd love to shake a paw. I know tons of tricks, he winks. Put his hand against his cheek, looking cute and lost. Hey, since I'm new here, do you think you could help me find a construction yard? I think I might apply for a job there. I'll take you there. You walk over to command. Everything moved around since the Heliopause landed, but the construction yard is still in the command where it always was. At the entrance you meet Mars, filing her nails, looking like she's waiting for somebody. Why hello cutie, she says to Rex. Where did you come from? He looks her up and down and grins. I'm just an angel who fell from the sky, darling. You try not to gag as the two of them flirt. You give a loud ahem and point Rex towards the construction yard, looks back at Mars over his shoulder and winks as he leaves. Now, if I'm not wrong, I need to give him like 5 marshwood logs. Rex hasn't gotten life to the surface yet. Gone used to life on surface yet. You remember your first year? Batuna seemed so enormous, so full of dangers and mysteries. Well, it still does. But the shock eventually wears off. Rex still has that slightly bewildered look on his face every time he walks outside, and the sunlight hits his face. It's so bright and warm. Marshwick Ward. Wait, it's his birthday? Rex howls with happiness as he takes the mushroom from you. You remember my birthday, and you brought me the perfect stick for my collection. You need to give him a total of 5. Hugs incoming. Yeah, hugs incoming. Okay, so we talked to them, okay? Well, I may just continue it um, just rename this Helio. Okay, so I may just like go a bit further, until that major event. Well, of course, before glow season, I'll, I'll definitely will not go until the end of this age. Okay, and I'll continue this tomorrow. I feel like I say, I'm going for tangent and this, trying to mend it, and as well, Nomi Nomi, of course. Like, Nomi Nomi is hard, but now since I know that we should give presents every time, that way I think we can somehow make it, okay? So with that said, I'll end the stream here, and I'll continue this tomorrow. And if you like the stream, please like and subscribe. Okay? That's all for today. See you next time. Bye bye.